Hello everybody, Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be doing an Ultimate Coin Trivia. It's the 6th one that I'm going to be doing. It's a July 4th release, hence the background. Happy 4th of July, everybody. And basically, just make sure to note how many questions you get right. There's going to be 12 questions. The winners get featured in the next video. So last time it was Quinn McGowan and Tundra Wolf Prod. Both got 11 out of 12, which is super high. And what I'm going to do for the next one is I'm also just going to be shouting out a random commenter so that people who aren't quite as used to the coin trivia or don't know as much can still be eligible for a shout out. So our first question is going to be, what term used to describe a certain era coin is also the name of an animal? And choice A is mule, choice B is snake, choice C is giraffe, and choice D is tortoise. And we have an unrelated photo, but our answer is choice A mule. So this is a term for when, for example, you have one side of a coin, they switch the design, and one side of the coin is the old design, one side of the coin is the new design. They've been smashed together, kind of how a horse and a donkey form a mule. And our second question is, which of the following three coins has the most ridges or reeds on its edge? And we have choice A is the dime, choice B is the quarter, and choice C is the Susan B. Anthony dollar. And again, we're just talking about these things, and our answer is choice C, the Susan B. Anthony dollar. There are 133 ridges. In terms of the other choices, I think it's 119 for a quarter and 118 for a dime, so a little closer than you may have expected. Question 3 is, what city harbored the only U.S. mint outside the continental U.S.? And choice A is Beijing, choice B is Manila, choice C is Vancouver, and choice D is Honolulu. This was a coin contributed question contributed by Numismatist on IG, so Instagram, and basically you can submit questions and I'll give you a shout out. Numismatist has been a really cool content submitter and has come up with a lot of good questions, this being one of them. And let's get to the answer. It is Manila, choice B, in the Philippines. This minted the Filipina centavo coins, so 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50 centavos. And here's a picture of that Manila mint. What fineness is sterling silver? I was working in the coin shop and we were dealing with some sterling silver, and I thought it would be good to just make this a coin trivia question. I did already know what it was, but for those of you that don't, it will definitely be helpful. It's used in a lot of cutlery, a lot of forks, knives, that type of stuff. Choice A, 0.875, choice B, 0.900, choice C, 0.925, and choice D, 0.99. And our answer is choice C, 0.925. So it's used in a lot of also rings, but I think of it in the cutlery. Number 5, I believe, a general in the Revolutionary War. What man also has a commemorative dollar in his name? I don't know who this picture is, but I don't think it's of any of the four listed. Our choices are choice A, George Washington, choice B, Marquis de Lafayette, choice C, Benedict Arnold, and choice D, John Burgoyne. And the answer is choice B, Marquis de Lafayette. So I think it was minted in 1900, but there's a Lafayette dollar, and I think it's also the only commemorative coin that is a $1 coin, so that might come up in a future coin trivia. I don't know, but cool coin, and I always throw in a commem question in each of the coin trivia as long as they don't run out. Next up, why were no mint marks on coins from 1965 to 67? This is kind of an interesting one, and our choices are choice A, Philadelphia was the only mint to make coins, hence no mint marks. Choice B, collectors had become a nuisance with hoarding coins, so the mints wanted to eliminate their hoarding. Choice C is that mint marks were thought to confuse coin users and were temporarily removed. And choice D is a coinage act passed by the government removed them. And our answer is choice D. A coinage act passed by the government removed them. I believe it was the Coinage Act of 1965, and that would have made it too obvious, but the reason why choice B is not correct is the mints weren't concerned. Some people, like the lawmakers and the government, tried to say that people were hoarding coins, but in fact, that wasn't even true. It was more of a distributional error. So that was why there were no mint marks, but they resumed in 1968. Next question, who was the first woman to appear on U.S. currency? Choice A, Martha Washington, choice B, Susan B. Anthony, choice C, Harriet Tubman, and choice D, Rosa Parks. Our answer is choice A, Martha Washington. I believe this is a series of 1886, but she appeared on the $1, one of the $1 portraits, and this was an early dollar. I do want to make a video kind of covering dollar bill history, so I may be able to get in more of that in detail, but we'll see. As of for now, our next question is, what is the name of George Morgan's design for the $100 coin? So he made the Morgan dollar, obviously, and this was a pattern coin. I try to get in something about pattern coins, but our choices are the $100 Union, the $100 Liberty, $100 Centi, and the $100 Hecto. So our answer, it's pretty quick, is the $100 Union. Again, it was a proposed design, but they made some commemorative kind of, as you can see here, type of proofs. I'm not exactly sure what the coin that was minted in commemoration of the $100 Union, but it was one of George Morgan's proposed designs. Next up, this is an interesting, relevant current coin information thing. A very rare gold commemorative coin that will be auctioned off at the ANA's World Fair of Money features what president? And our choices are choice A, President Trump, choice B, President Jefferson, choice C, President Washington, and choice D, President Lincoln. And our answer is, in the 4th of July spirit, is choice C, President Washington. This was thought to have been personally made for George Washington, and he carried it around. That's what the lore is, but it's a really valuable coin, and it's an exciting one that will be selling pretty soon. Next up is, how many bills does the mint print every year? This is another one of those currency questions, but I'm not going to give you an answer. If you get it within 5 million bills, you will get the correct answer, and the answer is 0. So it was a trick question. I believe it's the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, if I remember correctly, that does the bill printing, but the U.S. Mint is solely responsible for coins. It is not responsible for making bills, printing paper money. Second to last question, in which of the following years was the Stella $4 coin minted? So choice A is 1868, choice B 1874, choice C 1880, and choice D 1887. This coin was only minted for 2 years, so none of these dates will overlap. It was, in fact, legal tender U.S. coin, and I think it's a really cool design. $4, that's pretty crazy. I mean, 3, 1, they're all more easy to get, but this is one of those very difficult U.S. coins that few people own, as only a few hundred were minted, and our answer is choice C, 1880. It was minted in 1879 and 1880, with the 1880 being much more scarce, but it was still minted there, and I gave you a little clue with the being there for 2 years if you knew about the 1879. So our last question is another presidential themed one, and it is, who is the only president to be featured on a legal tender U.S. coin while in office? So generally, coins are not made with presidents who are living on them. I think it may even be illegal or something, because we're not a royalist country. We're not going to try to commemorate or make our presidents, gods, regardless of who they are, basically. And that's not probably the exact wording, but the choices here are choice A, President Reagan, choice B, President Coolidge, choice C, President Hayes, and choice D, President Taft. And our answer is choice B, President Coolidge. So this was the sesquicentennial 150th anniversary of the U.S., and they made a cool commemorative, but it did have Calvin Coolidge on there alongside George Washington, and that is the only U.S. president to be featured in office. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'd love to get your scores in the comments below. I was hearing how you guys did. I think that this was a moderate difficulty one. There are definitely a couple harder ones out there if this was too easy, and hope that you guys learned something as well. I do make these so that you can learn more about coins and the numismatic world. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and connect with me, whether it's on Instagram at TreasureTownYT, Reddit at rTreasureTownYT, or on my website, treasuretownyt.com. Have a great day, and I hope to see you on some of my other videos.